Most of you know this already, but I'm Mexican. American. Yeah, get your booze out. Come on, let me hear it. Yeah, I have to say that because a few people were telling me,
"You're not Mexican unless you were born in Mexico."
Born on Gringo land, part of Gringo land.
Your parents are Mexican, not you.
And I got one thing to say to those people.
I don't give a fuck!
Sigue chupándome la verga, ya casi acabo, eh? But since I'm a nice person, I'll change the title just for all the ones that are mad. And for those of you who supported the last one, this is for you guys. But anyways, let's jump straight into it, starting with... Mexican shows and cartoons are a core memory of my childhood. I'm about to make every single Mexican bust a move out of happiness with the one I'm about to list. El Chavo del Ocho. Y'all were begging me to mention this show. And now, here it is. I grew up watching the reruns on Televisa. You know, the one that goes, Televisa presenta. Holy shit. I'm goated. What the fuck? Chavo del Ocho is loved by many and an iconic show in Mexican culture. Your grandparents grew up off that show. Your parents grew up off that show. And maybe even you grew up off of that show too. Rest in peace to Roberto Mario Gomez Bolaños, aka Chespirito, Ramon Valdez, Ruben Aguirre, and Angelines Fernandez. I remember watching Chespirito's funeral live on TV, bro. That shit breaks a man's soul, I'm not gonna lie. The next show is one that many don't really take too serious because of how ridiculous some of the episodes get. La Rosa de Guadalupe is heat, don't get me wrong, but god damn do they over-dramatize everything.
¿Qué? ¿Es negro?
But that didn't stop the adults that would watch this show actually believe these things would happen. The acting in the show was so buns, I couldn't help but laugh in the serious scenes. How can you sit there and watch this scene? Another show most of you grew up watching was La Familia Peluche. I'm only adding this here because I know some of y'all would kill me if I said I've never heard of this show. I did fuck with the intro song though. A soportar. If you're unfamiliar with what a remate is, then let me educate you. It's a flea market. Yeah, that's it. Food court? We got it. Candy stores? We got it. Shoe store? We got it. Barbershops? Fuck you think. Of course we got that shit. It's beautiful. All the fresh fruits and natural candies with bees swarming them. That's how you know them shits is good. If you see flies, run the fuck away. But the ones who make it possible are the vendors who show up early in the morning and stay there till the day is finished. My grandparents used to work at the flea market and I'd go with them to sell cacahuates dorados, aka roasted peanuts. We'd wake up at 6 in the morning and head over to the flea market and set up. I'd go off with my grandma to buy some fake Pokemon cards and play with them inside the truck while my grandpa was straight marketing outside. I was like 7. I have no idea why they took me. I love my vendors. They make my world go round. These days, the inflation is crazy though. A while back, I bought a raspado for $7 inside a medium cup. I know we all need to eat and shit, but god damn my brother, the bills cannot be this high. He might have been scamming my ass, but I don't care. I want to see my vendors winning. Shout out to all the paleteros out there. Y'all the real ones pulling up on the summer days. I miss my local paletero. I haven't seen him in years, bro. He moved neighborhoods. In the last growing up Mexican video, I talked about sana sana colita de rana and how it's something Mexicans use to heal you up with voodoo magic spells. If you didn't know, that's a saying. I grew up hearing a few sayings and slang terms, and today I'm gonna teach you guys what some Mexican sayings/slang words mean and how they work. So get your number 2 pencils out and your lined papers and take notes. Class is in session. The first word of the day is güey. This word is commonly used to refer to a friend. Do not use this on anyone like grandparents, parents, or anyone with higher authority than you. proper use of the word would be when you talk to a friend and in a sentence like, ¿Qué onda, wey? Which would translate to, what's up, bro? Back then, though, this was an insult, so do not use this word around a great-great-grandparent. They'll use some crazy shit to punish you because they're old school as hell. The second word of the day is Simón. Simón is a fun little way of saying yes. The correct way of using the word is when you get asked something and your answer to that question is yes. Instead of saying sí, you say it with me now, Simón. There you go. Good job. I knew you could do it. If you didn't, then fuck you. Your GPA just dropped to a 0.7. Good luck getting into college, stupid. The next saying is por pendejo. Now this should only be used as soon as you turn into a parent. It makes it sound way better, trust me. You would use this when your kid gets hurt doing something you told them not to do. For example, you tell your son not to jump into the cactus. Your son jumps in and comes out screaming in pain and crying. You are then obligated to say, Ira, por pendejo. ¿Qué te dije, cabrón? Anyways, the last one is for the real motherfuckers out there. Acerrín, acerran. Los maderos de San Juan piden pan, no les dan. Piden queso, les dan un hueso. Y se les atorra en el pescuezo. And then you get tickled on the neck until you piss your pants. I know I wasn't born on Mexican soil, but the legends and folklore travel far and wide. La Llorona is quite possibly the most known folklore tale to come out of Mexico. Cue the non-copyright scary music. Yeah, this one's good enough. Scary voice. The tale is about a woman named Maria who married a wealthy man and had 2 children with him. The man would often go out and wouldn't return for a while, but when he did, he only really spent time with the children. One day, when Maria was out walking with her children by a body of water, she saw her husband with another, younger, and prettier woman. She got angry, and without thinking, she threw her children into the water, hoping they'd drown. As she finally realized what she had done wrong, she threw herself into the water, hoping to drown with them. It is said her ghost is cursed to wander around the streets of Mexico at night, crying out for her children, and if she finds kids out late at night, she takes them away with her. That story would always have me pissing my pants. And I ain't even from the streets of Mexico. Mexican parents would tell this story to their kids just because they would get a little too close to lakes and stayed out a little too late. I'm bringing that shit back on my kids. I'm about to traumatize them with this stuff. Another story Mexican parents told their kids about was El Cucuy. That shit had me traumatized more than La Llorona because they didn't limit that son of a bitch to the Mexican streets. They essentially made this fucker sound like he could hear me from the other side of Earth. Doesn't matter if he was having a fucking vacation in Hong Kong or something. That motherfucker would hear me and book a flight straight to me. The legend goes like this. El Cucuy has an ear that he uses to listen for misbehaving children. And if he hears you misbehaving, he'll find you and take you to his cave where he'll eat you. Yeah, pretty straight to the point, but that really is all it took to scare me shitless. The last legend I want to talk about is La Chupacabra. Some say it's a vampire, some think it's a dog-like creature, some say it's an alien. But one thing is for sure, the fucker will drain the blood out of anything it gets its teeth into. Apparently though, this thing is real. Many farmers have had quote-unquote sightings all over the place in North America, but still have yet to catch it. For all we know, it could be right behind you. Finally, finishing off this video is the stuff most Mexicans find relatable. Let me start off with this. You see this box of cookies, right? Yeah. What do you think is inside? Option A, cookies. Option B, nothing. They're probably finished, right? The cookies are probably fucking finished. Or option C, sewing equipment. It's sewing equipment. Another thing you guys might find relatable is that there is a 99% chance there are pickled jalapenos in your Tupperware. You know, the shits with the carrots and stuff inside. It's low-key bomb to have con unos tacos o una carne asada con frijoles y arroz.
¡Mamá!
Tengo una idea para hacer de lonche. Another thing you guys might relate to is the butter containers having salsa inside. You think you're about to have mantequilla con un pan tostado, but you get tricked and find salsa inside. And the worst part is, you're out of butter. If you live in America and your parents are full-blown Spanish speakers, not a single English-speaking bone in their body, then you know how it sounds when they try to speak English. If they want to say Home Depot, they say Home Depot. If they want to say Walmart, they say Walmart. If they want to say cookies, they say cookies. And finally, if you're at a party and everyone at the function is Mexican and the party is in a secluded area like a ranch, then expect to be there till at least 1 in the morning because y'all parents lied to y'all saying they was leaving as soon as it turned 8 p.m. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe with post notifications, and follow my Instagram for updates. Link in the description. If I hit 100 followers before the end of the year, I'll leak my meat pics. I already locked it in. Let's fucking go. I'm not planning on making a third growing up Mexican video soon because I already feel like that's too many in such a short time. So don't expect one until sometime middle of next year maybe or something. I don't know. I'll keep y'all updated on my Instagram, of course. Link in the description. Link in the fucking description. Anyways, that's me, that's LiveGux, and yeah. Bye.